What's going down, doers? I'll tell you what's going down. Our prices. That's right. Here at Stiltywood, we're famous for offering amazing discounts. Discounts are a great way to reward loyal customers for always coming back to buy more of our awesome products. They're also a clever way for you to encourage the average customer to buy even more than they were planning to because you offer them an unbeatable deal like sizable discount when they buy multiple items, for example. But that's not all. Another thing we like to do around here is round our prices so they all end in 99 cents. This keeps our prices uniform, professional, and extremely enticing to our customers, which as you can already assume leads to even more sales. We can even set minimum profit margins for our products to always guarantee that we're ahead in getting solid revenue for every sale. And I don't know about you, but guaranteed revenue sounds pretty good to me. Anyway, let's jump into our database and see how easy it is to use discounts and margins with price lists inside of Odoo Sales. So let's kick things off on our sales dashboard. Before we get into the ins and outs of margins and discounts, we need to activate some important features. Let's go on up here to configuration and settings. Now once that loads up, you're going to scroll down just a smidge and you see this section right here under pricing and that little checkbox. Make sure it's checked out for discounts and margins. Now, both of these have a very specific thing that they do, and they only determine whether or not discounts and margins appear on quotations and sales orders. Even if these settings aren't activated, you can still use discounts and margins on price lists. They're also here. Let's make sure that the price list feature is also activated. In our case, the advanced price rules option is selected. If you want to learn about other pricing options, be sure to check out other videos for more information. Now, once you select the right price list option, be sure to click Save before moving on. Now that we have all the necessary settings enabled, it's time to configure a couple price lists to see how useful these features can be. Let's jump on over to our prices page, which you can actually access via this price list link right there, or by clicking appear on products and price lists. From here, we're going to quickly create a price list for our coolest customers. So let's click on new and name this cool customers. Now in this case, we'll leave the currency as well as the company fields blank and just kind of as is. Let's direct our focus over here to the Price Rules tab. This is where we're actually going to click on Add a Line. And as you notice, we have a pop-up window where we can actually customize our price list rules in more detail. Now, we have the very first thing, which is price computation. We can choose to compute this price list with a fixed price, discounts, or formula. The fixed price option is pretty straightforward. It means that the price for this price list rule will be a fixed price. Makes sense, right? Now, for this video, though I'm going to show you examples of how the discount and formula options work. So let's get started by selecting the discount field over here inside of the computation. When click, you'll notice below the field actually changed to a discount percentage over here. Different options will appear on this pop-up window as well based on what you basically select for your computation method, like formula and that, but leaving that as is. Let's keep that in mind. Now, let's say I want to give these cool customers of mine a super cool 10% discount when they buy 3 items or more. Fortunately, there are a couple ways we can do this. First, we have obviously the discount computation. We could simply enter 10 inside of here if we wanted to, and then we have it apply on all, which all products. And then, for a quantity field, we would want to set the minimum quantity to 3. It's pretty easy and that's how you do it. Now, let's say that we also want our prices to end in 99 cents. To do that, I'd like to click on Formula as an option. And when I do, you'll see even more options appear like I talk about. In the base on field, you have actually to reveal pretty much a couple options. So we have sales price, cost, other price list in case there's another price list. This can give you all of those options if you would like them. So in this case, we're going to stick with sales price, which is the sales price listed on the product form, and we're actually going to do the discount percentage again at 10. Now, next inside of the extra fee field, I'll enter a negative number 0.01 because we can do that. Now, with this in place, the price will be rounded up to the nearest whole number and then have one set subtracted from it. That means all my prices will end in 99 cents, just like I wanted. We're going to actually leave over here the margins line empty. We're going to work on that field in just a few moments. For now, we'll leave the apply on field again on all products, and the minimum again is still at 3, like we had previously. If we wanted this price list rule to only be valid during a specific period of time, we actually want to configure that inside of this validity field, but don't want be necessary in this case. Alright, I'm liking how everything is looking here, so I'm actually going to go ahead and hit save and close. Back here on our cool customers prices form, we'll see that the rule we just configured at 10% with a little negative surcharges right there. Now, let's quickly jump into our configuration tab or one last adjustment. So we're gonna go into configuration, and inside of this tab, we'll see a collection of other useful settings that we discussed in the other price list tutorial video. And as always, be sure to check that out. In this case, the only section that we'll focus on is the discounts portion over here. This is where we can decide how our discount policy will be displayed on quotations and sales orders. We could have the discount included in the price, which only shows the customers the final price with a discount already applied, or we could actually show the public price and discount to the customer, which shows the original price and the given discount. Now, that sounds a bit more appealing as it will directly show the customers just how good of a deal they're getting, so we're gonna go with that. This cool customers price list is looking pretty cool, calm and configured. Now, let's make another price list to demonstrate how margins work. So we're actually going to hit save right there. And we're going to go back over here to our price list. And we're gonna make a new one again. Let's start by giving this one a simple name like ours is going to be margins. And that's because we'll know exactly what this price list is for when we use it later. Then we're actually going to click again on the add a line, and we have our options all over again. Let's say I want to ensure that I make a profit of at least 20 pesos on my popular storage box. To do that, we'll switch on the base on field. This time, we have to actually change it. In our case, it has to be on cost. When you select that, it ends up allowing you to change this. Now, once we set that, we want to set our margins over here to 20 and 70. For those who may not know a profit margin is, it is the difference between the cost and the sales price of a product. So this will make a sales price of our product at least 20 pesos or more than the cost, which ensures that our profit margin is at least 20 pesos. Now, down here inside of the conditions field that we have over here, we'll switch the apply on field. In our case, we're going to select the product, and then you want to select the actual product from the list, and it has to be in our case our storage box. We actually don't need to worry about any other settings in this case, so we can actually just go ahead and hit save and close. Now, with all this setup, we can move on to the next part. Okay, everything is ready to go, so let's see our newly configured discounts and margins and action. To do that, Here we are inside of the sales dashboard. The very first thing we'll do is we have to make a new quotation. This time, we're going to use a customer that will literally buy anything that we sell them. Azure Interior. Let's get into the product. We've been working with that storage box, so we're going to select the storage box. But before we move on, I'd like to make a quick note. Let's check this internal link for the storage box. Now, our sales price is 70 pesos and our cost is 55 pesos. So that's only about a 15 pesos profit margin for the storage box at the moment. Let's go back via the breadcrumbs and we're actually going to change this price list over here to the margins price list. We're going to hit update prices and OK. Now, you'll notice our unit price went up slightly. Why? Because that's 20 pesos more than the cost of the product, which is exactly what we configured with the margins price list. If we want the margin information to appear on the actual quotation, we just have to hit the options menu and select them over here. But I'm not going to do that right now. Now, let's assume that we want to see what we'd get with a different type of price list. Let's see what happens when we go to the cool customers. But remember, cool customers requires 3 items, so we'll switch on over there, select cool customers, and we'll update those prices. The unit price changed, but 70 times 3 is not 188.98. Now, why is that? Well, if we actually go over here to the preview, you'll notice once that this loads up, it actually did change right over here. There's our price ending in the 99 cents. And it is reflected to show them so psychologically, they assume they've gotten a very good deal. And now the customer knows, hey, I got a fat discount. And over here, we have our 210, which is the 70 times 3. So let's go back over here to edit mode. Now, I just wanted to briefly touch on that because you won't actually see that over here as you did with the margins price. But that's everything for now, all doers. You just saw how to quickly use discounts and margins with price lists to get the most out of your sales and ensure you're always making money on every single sale. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching!